So I'm back again. In the last video you will have seen, I was just talking about that I should know, like I'm getting ill if I really struggle to get up in the morning. And yeah, like I'm kind of stuck in the job at the moment. I'm not happy, and all they do is worship someone who works there who's got management experience, but when you read her CV, she like got made redundant a lot. And like if she was experienced as she makes out to be, she wouldn't be working for £8.50 an hour, because anyone with the skills she reckons she has would get a job in management easily. I'm more qualified and have more experience than her in management, and you know, they basically worship her and go to her with everything, when I could easily like increase the turnover by 25% in a year easily. They don't have a clue what they're doing. They just rip people off all the time, and they treat me very badly, but they treat other staff very badly, and then they just worship this one person who sees me as a threat and tries to get rid of me all the time. But I do things that she can't do. But the way they treat me, it's just like, it's crap. And they know I'm ill, and I said I need to change my hours, I need to work different hours, and then he comes out with like, I need to like, because he shares my desk when I'm not there, because it originally is his desk, but he gave it to me. He's like, well, I want to go on the computer at 1 o'clock to work, because I have it in my head that I start at 1, and I'm thinking, you're not even there like most of the time, like. And he was saying it, and I just looked across at him because I was sat opposite my manager who sits next to me, and I looked at him and he was buying stuff on eBay, and I'm like, yeah, you look really busy buying stuff on eBay. And that's all she does when she's sat there, like 90% of the time, like she's just buying stuff on eBay. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I was that busy. So I said I need a bit of leeway here because I'm not well, and like you're getting me back in work, and I want to work, like I don't want to be stuck at home, but I need leeway. And he come out with a load of crap, and I was just like, she gets worshipped in there, they kiss her ass, she ain't that good, she panics when things go wrong, or like 2 or 3 things coming at once, she flaps around, and I'm like, you need to calm down, you need to do the thing that's like most urgent. Oh, I don't know which one it is, oh, I don't know, she's like walking around like flapping her arms about. I'm like, calm down, go outside, get some fresh air, and then like, I'll help you, just give me one of the things you need to do and you get on with yours. And she's like, oh, I don't know, and I'm thinking, how is she a manager? Like, no, you don't panic. Like, I work at my best under pressure. Like, if something comes in or something messes up and I need to sort it, I'm not flapping around. I'm like, I thrive on it, I like it. But she's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then she doesn't know anything about finance. But when you're a manager, you have a budget. And when I'm going on about budgeting or anything to do with finance, she looks at me like I'm speaking in German or something. She's like, to her, and there's lots of things, like she can do some things I can't do, but I can do a lot of things she can't do, and I know I could turn that business around. I mean, it's doing really well, but I could make it amazing. And like, she's designed this rule book, which isn't for me, because she gave it to me, and I'm thinking, I don't know why you give it to me, because I'm above you and I ain't agreeing to it, and if they're going to try and impose that on me, I'm walking. And I was reading, it was aimed at the other workers, and it's like, I was telling someone from the police about some of the things she's got in it, and they're like, well, I don't know if you called it their rule book or their guidebook or the rules they have to abide by, like not even half as strict as the ones because I showed them it. I actually binned it today because she gave me a copy of it, and I just put it in the bin. I've had it months, and I found it because I'm having a bit of a clear out, and I was like, that's going in the bin, and I binned it. Because like, if you read it, you'll be like, you can't even bloody like cough without permission, basically, when you read it. And she came up with it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, you'd have less rules, like, well, like the police officer I was talking to, like, less rules in the police. It was just like ridiculous. And they keep going, oh, such and such is this, such as, oh, we couldn't do the business without her. But you could. She makes them think they need her, but everything's set up and it works fine, and a trained monkey could do it. But the person who she works with, she doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't want to learn anything new. So she's created this full-time job for this other person, when basically it's either two part-time jobs or one full-time job. It's not two full-time jobs with overtime like them two are milking it for. And I could see that straight away, but the manager stroke owners don't see it. And I'm like, they're literally taking the piss out of you, and they're both in on it. And they're both trying to get rid of me because they know I can see what they're doing. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm sick to death of those two in the other room trying to throw me under the bus. They both lied about me. They both said that I was screaming and shouting in the office when everyone knows I don't scream and shout. And then my manager came down on me and started shouting at me. She had me in tears and she was calling me a liar and like giving me all this crap. And then the next day I went in, I was blocked from accessing anything on computer because the two-faced bitch, who was not really a manager because she couldn't cope, had thrown me under the bus and told them what my dream job was. So they think I'm spying on them, so I'm still not able to access anything other than my computer and all the documents I've created, which I find ironic. But yeah, she totally threw me under the bus, and then she made up other stuff. Because when I went back after I was ill for a month, they confronted me with loads of stuff. And I was like, well, I did actually say that, because I made a comment about my manager, because every time she gets a text message, she reads it out to those two in there. And sometimes people are telling her very private things, and I think it's a little bit inappropriate that she does that. And I said, yeah, I did say that, because you do say things that I just think shouldn't be repeated. So then when I first went back, she'd go in there and whisper to them. And I thought, oh my God, grow up. Seriously, you need to grow up. And now she doesn't whisper now, she just like says it. But when I first went back, they were there like whispering. And I could hear like 80% of it, but I'm thinking, why are you just in there whispering? Like, I work here, I'm management, and you're like whispering these little things to them, and I'm like, you all need to grow up. And I go in and I'm like, I know we walk up to the door and I'm thinking, oh God, I've got to go in and be fake now. And I'm like, morning, how are you? And like, inside I'm thinking, oh God, just, oh, you stop being dicks and like leave me the F alone. Because, you know, and I'm like, and I hate that I'm so fake. And I'm like a really nice person, and I do find it, I do go in and I'm like mourning and stuff, and like, but some days, like, if I'm in the day before, like, they're being like fake and stuff, some days I'll be like going in next day and I'm like, I have to put a fake, like, how are you? Oh, you've had a good weekend, like, and I'm like, and I hate myself for being fake. And I told my doctor, like, I hate the person that I become at work, just to, so there's no tension and everyone thinks I like everyone when I don't like anyone at all. And it's like, when I first went back after my month off, I was so fake with my manager because I didn't particularly like her at that point, because she'd had a go at me because a certain someone said I was shouting in the office. She flipped at me in front of everyone. I was in tears and she kept on at me, and I'm thinking, if someone starts crying, you don't continually have a go at them. And they believed her over me. And even though they were upstairs and I said you would hear me upstairs, they wouldn't believe you'd hear someone shouting upstairs, when I'm pretty sure if I'm sat here now and someone shouted upstairs, or I was upstairs and someone shouted down here, you would hear it clearly. But they're having none of it. And yeah, they just constantly try and throw me under the bus, and it's like, seriously, you just need to grow up. Because, oh, so what, I went in a manager and you think you're a manager when you can't even cope with your job that you've got. You constantly spend at least an hour and a half on the phone to your family every day, and they're paying you for that. Like, I don't make any private phone calls. I reluctantly answer the phone. Like, I think Monday can't remember what date it was. I think it was like Tuesday the 2nd of January when my doctor phoned me at work, and because I'd been in hospital and stuff, and my antibiotics had run out, and I rang and I got on the morning triage list, and she rang to be continued in the next video.